Yeah, very Gorbachev. Yeah, very nice.
14th of April, Rabbi Furst, Parsha Shavua.
Okay, good morning. Yes, thank you, Google. So, Shlomo Furst, the Yeshiva Samanachim in Yerushalayim Fair Zoom. This is Erev Pesach, Parsha Shemini, Shana Tashem Pei Gimel, and let's see where we'll begin here. One moment. I'll direct your attention to certain psukim here. 1 minute.
What parsha are we in?
Parsha Shemini.
Shemini.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
Okay. Let's begin with in chapter 9. Chapter 9. Pasuk Kaf Gimel. Yeah, Pasuk. We can get at the beginning. We can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Pasuk Kaf Gimel. We're going to look at the Rashi here.
Okay. Should I read?
Yeah, unless Roy would like to read.
Sorry, I'm just finding Kaf Gimel. Excuse me.
Vayavo Moshe v'Haron el Ohel Moab vayetzu vayevarechu es ha'am vayera kavod Hashem el kol ha'am. So Moshe and Aaron came to the tent of meeting, and they went out and they blessed the nation, and the honor of Hashem
glory, better glory.
appeared. The glory of Hashem appeared to all of the nation.
Right. Okay. Now before we go to Rashi, let's try and analyze this pasuk. This pasuk has how many components to this pasuk would you say?
How many components? Let's see. Let's see. They came to the tent of meeting as one.
Oh.
They went out as two. And the glory of Hashem appeared as three. I'd say three.
I say 4. Moshe and Aaron went into the appointed tent. 1, came out 2, blessed the people 3, and the glory of Hashem appeared to all the people 4.
Roy, you and I could write our own Haggadah.
Although we could also say that and Moshe went in and Aaron went into the tent. That's 2 or by Moshe and Aaron.
Yeah, that's probably one. You could split it up, Moshe and Aaron, but I think let's simplify it. We always want to try and simplify things as much as we can, right? So, I think you're right, Royce. I would say 4. The Moshe and Aaron, they came. Moshe and Aaron el Ohel Moed. That's number 1. V'yetzu, they came out. V'yevarechu, that's a third thing, I would assume. Esam, and then we're seeing the glory of Hashem to all the people. That would be, I would say 4. I would say 4.
I mean, they came out and they came out as nothing. They came out and blessed. That's one thing.
Okay, I can see how you want to put them together, but they could have come out without blessing, and they could have blessed without coming out. So anyway, I would think 4, but if you want to say 3, I'm not going to argue seriously with you about it. But
Oh, come on, let's have a good argument.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There are two distinct actions connected by an and, but everything's connected by an and in the English translation anyway.
Right. I mean, they may. I mean,
Well,
they
if you look at the trope, there's no indication that the Yates "oo" is a stopping point.
Right. It does. Right. It doesn't have to be a stopping point, but it's separate actions. There are 4 separate actions that are taking place here. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So from that perspective, you have to agree that there are 4 separate actions. Correct.
I still think it's 3.
Okay, I say it's 2. Moshe and Aaron went into the tent and came out and blessed the people. That's one thing. And the glory of Hashem, that's 2 things.
Okay, very good. So anyway, what you see from this, that this pasuk is a very complex pasuk, right? Very complex, not a simple pasuk at all.
That we can agree to, right?
Okay. So now let's take a look at Rashi and see what Rashi is going to try and tell us about this pasuk.
Okay, 23. Let's see, Rashi. Okay, so Moshe and Aaron came, etc. Lama nichnesu. Why did they enter? Oh, that's a good question. If they're just going to come right back out again and bless the people, why did they go in?
Yeah, right. I mean, the pasuk doesn't tell us anything about what they did when they went in. Obviously, they went in for a reason. They must have gone in for a good reason, right? But the Torah itself doesn't tell us anything about what that reason's all about.
I reckon they went in because they got sort of charged by Hashem so that they could come out and bless the people. They got sort of charged up.
Uh-huh. I mean, you think they went in with the intention of blessing the people, or the blessing of the people was an afterthought?
No, I think they went in, and they may not have known why they went in, but they went in.
I mean, for another thing, they were usually Moshe and Aaron, and they usually do things what they're told to do. You know, they don't usually do things on their own, right?
But on the other hand, Rashi's question, why did they enter, seems to me to strongly imply that they intended to come out the whole time. Otherwise, why ask the question, why did they enter?
Look at the question before, the pasuk before that. Aaron blessed the people already.
Let's see.
From with regards to an offering that they made, but he still blessed all the people. So now he's going in and coming out and blessing all the people again. What's the time frame?
That's a very good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. This blessing seems to be a blessing that's separate than the blessing that Aaron made previously.
Mm-hmm. And what's the time frame? Did this happen? A few minutes of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Next day.
Yeah, that's not clear. Yeah, that's not clear. True.
There's also a change in focus. We're focused on Aaron. It's all Aaron did this, Aaron did that. All these psukim. Aaron's doing a whole bunch of things,
including his children.
right? And now all of a sudden, Moshe and Aaron. Moshe
Right.
gets into the picture. That seems to be a shift in focus.
Correct.
Did they go
Yes.
together before, any time beforehand, or they when they went into the tent, into the tent? Did they go always separately?
I think it's if you go all the way back to Pasuk 8, as Aaron came near to the Mizbeach, his sons were with him, blah, 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 blah. And it's all Aaron and his sons. It says as commanded by Moshe, but it doesn't say Moshe was involved.
Right.
They look at verse 7, it says Moshe said to Aaron, come and do all this stuff. And then it says Aaron did all that stuff. And that goes all the way up to our pasuk.
Right. Correct.
All right, so back to the Rashi.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Rashi.
Matzasi b'farashas miluim says I found in the Parsha of the inauguration, in the section of the inauguration, Bivaraisa ha no sefes al Toras Kohanim Shalanu. In a brisa that is appended to Toras Kohanim.
That's towards Kohanim. That's like the medrash. That's the primary medrash in the Sefer Vayikra.
Ah, okay. So Rashi found in a section of the inauguration in a brisa that is appended to the Toras Kohanim. Lama nichnas Moshe im Aharon. Why did Moshe enter with Aaron? Okay, so that's a different question.
Oh, so, right. So, yeah, right. This is a question which is directed towards Moshe.
Right. Why did Moshe join? Here we were all talking about Aaron, and now all of a sudden Moshe's in the picture. L'lam do al maaseh haketoris. Okay, so that's to teach him, that is Aaron, for Moshe to teach Aaron about the procedure of the ketoris, the incense. O lo nichnas ella ledavar acher, or maybe a different reason would be that he only entered for another reason. Hareini Dan, let's see. I see that I can make a judgment. Dan is to judge.
Well, דבר אחר, כיוון שראה אהרון כל הקורבנות, ונעשה כל המעשים, since he saw that Aaron was offering up all the sacrifices, and he made all the nasa kol hamaisim, and did all the actions which had to be done, right? The old Yored Shemini Yisrael, and the Shekhinah has not descended. The Kodesh Baruch Hu's presence has not yet descended, right?
So in other words, Hashem is waiting for something.
Right.
Okay.
So I actually tell you, maybe I skipped. He says, "Oh, Shemitnas." He says, the first thing is that he went to teach him the Ma'aser Torahs. Oh, lo Miknas, with Dover or maybe he went for something else. Hareni Dan, your reader Ubia to Unos Morocco. Right? Hareni Dan. He was considering. Down here, he was considering the following.
So I see that I can consider Yerida uvia to unos be bracha, descending and coming require a blessing. Descending and coming require a blessing. My footnote says both Aaron's descending from the Mizbeach mentioned in the previous verse and the coming of Moshe and Aaron to the Mizbeach mentioned in this verse are accompanied by a blessing to the people. Okay, so this is answering the question, why did Moses come?
Right. That's the question Chazal are asking. Chazal are asking the question, why did Moshe find it necessary to enter into the Mishkan?
He came in after Aaron had come in.
No, he's entered with.
The pasuk indicates they came in together.
Right. Aaron comes down from the Mizbeach, and now Moshe and Aaron enter. But wait a second, isn't the Mizbeach inside the Ohel Moed?
Well, you have two. You have the Mizbeach Ketoris is by the outside the Kodesh Kadoshim, right? And then you have the Mizbeach. Well, the Ohel Moed, no, it was within the Ohel Moed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So it doesn't say Aaron never came out.
Well, I guess since he went in, I must have come out. The pasuk may not have told us that.
Well, it says he came down, and then Moses and Aaron came in. So I guess we have to assume he came down and he came out.
Well, that would be indicated from the pasuk of Gimel, of base, that he came in when he made the bracha. Right? Imagine he came out with that thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Rashi says, Ma Yerida Me'ain Avoda, just as descending is related to the service, Af Bia also coming Me'ain Avodah is related to the service. So he comes down from the service and he goes in for the service.
Right.
Lamadita. Now then, you have learned. Lama nichnas Moshe im Aaron. Why Moshe entered with Aaron? Lilamdu al maaseh hakitoris. To teach him about the procedure for burning the incense. In other words, whenever they go down or go in, it's connected to the service somehow.
Yes.
So going in, with the reason Moshe goes in with Aaron has to be something connected to the service. And what is that? It's the incense.
Right.
Okay. Weiter?
Yeah. Okay.
Devar acher, alternatively, Kevan Shira'a Aharon, since Aaron saw Shekarvu Kol HaKarbanos, that all of the offerings had been brought. Okay, so Aaron was up there doing all this stuff, and he sees, okay, I'm done. I did everything. The Naasu Kol HaMaasim, and he all of the acts were done. All of the actions were done. So all the offerings have been brought, and all of the actions have been done.
Right.
V'lo yirda Shechina,
Like the divine presence.
right. But the Shechina had not descended. So Aaron saw, hey, I did all the sacrifices. I did all of the actions I'm supposed to do around the sacrifices. And the Shechina has not descended. Haya matzta'er. Mitzta'er. He was unhappy. He was distressed. He was distressed. Mitzta'er. He was
because Aaron said, he's done everything he's supposed to do, and there's no Shechina here yet. There's something seems to be wrong.
Yeah. Va'amar, and he said, that is, Aaron said, Yodea ani, I know, Sheka'as Hakadosh Baruch Hu alai, that Hashem is angry with me. Uvishvili lo yarda Shechina l'Yisrael, and because of me, the Shechina has not come down to Israel.
Right, because he was referring to the Chet Egel, if I'm not mistaken, his involvement in the Chet Egel.
Right. Amar lo Moshe. He said to Moshe, Aaron said to Moshe, Moshe Achi, Moses my brother, Kach Asisa lo. Thus have you done to me. Shenich Nasti, that I entered Venice. Okay, have success, Judy. Venice Bayashti. I was embarrassed.
Right. So Bishvili, because of me, it's not coming down the Shechina to the Jew, to Israel. I'm a Lola Moshe. So Aaron said to Moshe, Moshe Achi, my brother, Kaka Sisili. So I went Nechnasti, I went in Vashti, and I was embarrassed. I was now embarrassed, ashamed.
I've got a note here about the word Shanishknesati. It says here the word Shanishka, yes, that cannot signify because I entered within the tabernacle, for Aaron had not yet done so, as all the rites described so far had been performed in the forecourt. It means I entered into this matter at your bidding, for I only did so when you pressed me by saying, draw near unto the altar. And it says to see Rashi on verse 7. As a matter of fact, the Sifra on that verse uses the phrase Nichnas Nichnasas le devar zeh, of that phrase of a similar case, and the word here appears to be but a shortened form of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because the question is, if you learn Nechnasti as he actually went in, so that means he had to go in and come out, talk to Moshe, and then Moshe and Aaron would have to go back in again, which is a little bit not clear from the psukim. Okay, so we see that Aaron was in a bit of trouble over here. He was taking responsibility for the fact that there was no Shekhinah resting upon the Mishkan at this point.
Right. So Aaron is embarrassed.
Right.
Miyad nichnas Moshe imo. Therefore, or thereupon, Moshe goes in with him. Uvakshu ha hamayim, and they sought. I'm sorry, I said mayim. And they sought mercy.
Right.
Vayarda Shekhinah Israel, and then the Shekhinah came down.
Right. Okay, so that fills in some of the blanks over here.
Right. Right. Vayetzu vayevarachu es ha'am. They went out and they blessed the people. Amru, they said, Vayhi Noam Adoshem Elokeinu Aleinu. May the pleasantness of my Lord, our God, be upon us. Oh, this is the blessing that they gave. Tishre Shechina Maaseh Yedehem. May the Shechina rest in the work of your hands.
If you want, just maybe if you have a Sefer Shmos there.
Yeah.
If you want, just to make a couple of references over here. If you look at Lamed Test, chapter 39.
No, I haven't got one handy. I can go and get one. Should I, or
Let's see, Lou seems to have one in, and he will read it. I just want to reference two psukim here to see a little contrast.
Okay, let's see. Lamed Tes. Okay, I'm at Lamed Tes.
Pasuk Mem Gimel, Pasuk 43.
43. Okay. Vayar Moshe es kol hamelacha v'hinei asu osa kasher tziva Hashem kain asu vayivarech osam Moshe. Moshe saw all of the work, and behold, they had done it as Hashem commanded.
Right. And at that point, now Moshe gave a bracha at that point.
Right, and Moshe blessed them.
Right. And now look at go to the next chapter Mem, before the 40th chapter.
Yeah.
And
What pasuk?
Pasuk Lamed Chet 38.
Lamed Chet 38. Okay, Lamed Chet. Ki anan Hashem al ha mishkan yomam ve'esh tiyah laila bo ve'inei kol beis Yisrael b'chol mas'ehem. Because the cloud of Hashem would not be on the Mishkan in the day, and the fire would be by night. It would come to him before the eyes of all the Jewish people in all of their journeyings.
Right. So this is I think my understanding is this is a different point here that pasuk is referencing to us, right? That's
Right.
That's a point with so I'm just pointing this out, that there are different levels of the divine presence being dwelling there in the Mishkan. Okay.
All right. So I'm kind of losing track here. What do we?
Yeah. Okay. So you'll see. Let's go back to where I'll put that in a moment with the next part of the Rashi here.
Okay. So back to Vayikra. Let's see. Where were we? I was embarrassed. Aaron was embarrassed because the Shekhinah did not descend, and therefore Moses entered with him, and they prayed for mercy, and the Shekhinah descended.
Right.
So that begs the question: why didn't it descend? They didn't change anything. Why does it also suddenly descend?
Right. So look at how Rashi continues on now here.
And they went out and they bless the people. Okay, so that they go in and they daven to Hashem, please have mercy. The Shekhinah descends and now they go out. Okay, so that answers the question, why did they go in? They went in because they needed the Shekhinah.
Right.
Once they had the Shekhinah, then they could go back out. Okay, so Amru, they said, Vayihi Noam Adoshem Elokeinu Aleinu. May the pleasantness of Hashem, our God, be upon us. Hiraton Shetishre Shechina b'maasei yedechem. May it be your will that what Shetishre
should dwell.
Should dwell. Will it be your will that the Shekhinah should dwell in the actions of our hands, hands.
Right. That was a reference to that first pasuk you looked up in Shmos. That's a reference to that first pasuk in Shmos.
Okay, so so this is what they said to the people after they came back out. May the Shekhinah rest in the work of the hands of Aaron.
Right, because they had put in a lot of effort in the construction of the Mishkan. So now it wasn't enough to simply physically construct and to build the Mishkan. It needs to be favorable in the eyes of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, that the Shekhinah would find it an acceptable place to dwell. So that you needed prayer for.
But I thought the presumption was that the Shekhinah would come once they did everything they needed to do. Why did they need to pray for it?
That's a very big point. The point is, meaning you can't take anything for granted. Meaning, even though you're going to do absolutely perfectly what a Kadosh Baruch Hu wants from you, right? Still, you need to have prayer to because prayer is an indication of what we're interested in, what we really want. The person's willing to invest time and energy into prayers that indicates what his desire is, right? So there's one thing fulfilling the ratzon of the Kadosh Baruch Hu. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, right? But then there's another thing that you have a desire that what you're doing is going to be favorable enough to Kadosh Baruch Hu, that it should be, in this case with the Shekhinah, that it should rest upon the efforts of your hands. Two separate things. One is doing what you're doing as a command, and doing what you're supposed to do as a command. And then the second thing is that you wish and you hope and you pray that what you're doing is going to be favorable enough that Hashem should decide to make this a resting place for his Shekhinah.
Okay. Lefi shekol shiv'as yemei miluim. Because for all 7 days of the inauguration, Shehe'emido Moshe the Mishkan, when Moses put up and took down the Mishkan, Vishimesh Bo and he officiated in it. Not sure what that means. Uferku, and he dismantled it b'chol yom, each day. Oh, I see. Each day he put it up. He did what he's supposed to do,
right,
and then he took it down
right.
for 7 days. So while this was going on, oh no, nothing else is happening. Aaron's finished. Okay. So he dismantled it and put it up and officiated and dismantled it each day. Lo Sharsa bo Shechina. The Shechina did not rest in it.
Right. So during those 7 days, the construction and the dismantling of the Mishkan, each one within 7 days, there was no Shekhinah there at that point.
Right. Because there were no Levium and Ketanim there. Oh no, there were. Wait a second.
It wasn't completely active yet. It wasn't complete in organization.
Right. So it's just Moshe. Lo Sharsa bo Shechina. Oh, and there was no Shechina. Wait, I thought we said the Shechina came down before he started this. They prayed for mercy. The Shechina descended.
Right.
Oh, that was the end of that comment. Now it says they went out and they blessed the people. The Shechina, what's the Shechina doing at this time?
Well, after they blessed the people, then it was now seen that the Shekhinah was present.
Oh, so it came back. So he spent the week, and then it came back.
Right.
So during that week, the Shekhinah did not rest in it. V'hayu Yisrael nichlamim, and Israel was ashamed. For Omrim, the Moshe, and they said to Moshe, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, our rabbi, Kol HaToras Chitira Su, all of the Torah, all of the trouble,
all the effort,
all the effort that we did.
Shetishra, meaning all the effort that we expended, Shetishra Shechina B'neu, that the Shekhinah should now dwell amongst us. Right? I mean, we put forth a great deal of effort in order to build the Mishkan, to construct the Mishkan, in order that the purpose of the Mishkan, that the Shekhinah should dwell amongst us.
Right.
Right. V'noida, and it should be known through the Shekhinah returning back to Klal Yisrael, Noida, Shiniskaper, Lano Avona Egel. It should be known that through this we have been cleansed, atoned for us the sin of the Egel.
Oh. Wait, why do we know that?
No, when the Shekhinah would return, that would be a indication that the Klal Yisrael had reached the Kapora for the Chet Egel, because the Shekhinah departed from Klal Yisrael at the time of the Chet Egel and hadn't returned yet. So the whole time that the Shekhinah had not returned, it indicates that the Kapora for the Chet Egel hasn't been affected yet.
So say the last part of that sentence again. it indicated
until the Shekhinah returned to Klal Yisrael, the atonement for the Chet Egel wasn't complete.
right. Okay, and once it did return, then we know that the kapara was complete.
Not right. That would be an indication that the kapara was complete now.
L'chein amar lahem. Therefore, he said to them, Zeh ha-davar asher tiva Hashem asu. This is the thing that Hashem has commanded you to do. Vayera Elokim kavod Hashem. And
it descended upon them the glory of Hashem.
The glory of Hashem descended upon them.
Yeah.
After he said to them, this is what Hashem told you to do.
Right.
Aharon asi kedai lechashuv mimenu. Aaron, my brother, is more worthy than I. I'm more worthy and more important than I. That's him. Because of him, because of his offerings, vodaso and his service, tish ra shechina b'chach. The Shekhinah will rest among them, among you.
Right. So here we see an amazing statement by Moshe Rabbeinu. He says, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to Kadosh Baruch Hu that Aaron, his brother, is greater than him. That through his avoda, Aaron's avoda, his service, and that through that it will bring the Shekhinah to Israel.
Right. And you will know that the Shekhinah, and you will know that Hashem has chosen him, that is Aaron.
Right.
Right.
Right. So you see, and that will be, meaning it'll be not only an indication that the Kabbalah, the general Klal Yisrael was complete now, and also Aaron himself has been cleansed of his involvement with the Chet of the angel.
All right, so it's late, but I just want to ask, what can I say at the Shabbos table about this?
Oh, there's a lot to say about this. Roy, don't you think so? There's a lot to mention about this.
Tell me one thing, one short thing that I can say.
You see the importance of prayer. That all our efforts, or whatever efforts, even if we're doing exactly what a Kadosh Baruch Hu wants us to do,
We still have to pray.
You have to pray. You have to pray that even though we're following exactly what Hashem wants to do, we still have to pray that Hashem still finds it favor in what we're doing. It's not enough to simply do everything exactly the way we're supposed to do it. That's the obvious. That's Aleph base. That's the basics. It has to be done exactly the way Hashem wants. But then we have to pray that in addition to the fact that we have done everything Hashem wants, we need to pray that Hashem finds favor with what we've done. So
that's because Hashem wants us to be his partner.
Well, okay, you can explore different reasons why that should be, but the fact that the fact is that prayers is central, meaning all our efforts as exact and as perfect they could be, right? But without our indication to Hakadosh Baruch Hu that we want this to be favorable in the eyes of Hakadosh Baruch Hu, that's very central to our fulfilling our obligations to Hakadosh Baruch Hu. It's completely independent of the actions that we do. The actions we do are our mitzvahs, and we still need to pray very strongly that Hashem finds favor with all the various different things that we do.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Quite
you.
welcome. Thank you both.
Have a
And,
good Shabbos.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
Shabbos.
Shabbos. Both. Enjoy your comments if you haven't had any yet. Enjoy the challahs and whatever else you might be enjoying.
Did you
And,
see my email?
Your email? No, I didn't. I'm not sure if I saw your email.
I sent an email to everybody, including you and Rabbi Levitt, just saying that the plan, the tentative plan is 9:30 and 10:30.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so
Please take a look, and if you have any problem with the way I worded it, then please let me know.
I'll take a look right now. Very good, and thank you. Appreciate that. And good. I guess we'll see each other, all of us together on Yom Rishon on 9:30.
Sunday morning. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, everyone have a good
Bye.
Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos.
Thank you. Be well.
Right.